So I'm in the middle of filming module 1 fitness program. It's all about mindset and I'm like, oh my God, this is way too good. Not to tune my own horn, but this is way too good not to share that with like people on YouTube who watch my content. Also, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. But this is part of my paid content and I'm just recording that video lesson and I'm like, this is actually really good and it could help so many people. If you want to know exactly why you're not doing the thing that you said you would do when it comes to fitness, when it comes to showing up for your goals, and if you want to know how to finally like get your dream body, which is hidden behind that mindset that you have to develop, by the way, then keep on watching. This is part of my paid program that you actually have access to today for free. Right, so this is a big chapter that we have ahead of you because it's all about motivation and discipline, which are huge aspects in the health and fitness community sphere everywhere. So yeah, it's critical components when it comes to achieving your goals, any type of goals. And first I wanted to dive a bit deeper into the definitions, just to see the difference and how we can work with each. So motivation is the drive that initiates you to taking any actions towards your goal. It's really the force behind the daily commitment of working out daily, eating healthy, and in deficit, and so on and so forth. But the point is, it's like the key factor that gets you started on your fitness journey and actually start putting effort into it and start making the changes and so on and so forth. You can be motivated by a variety of reasons, but they can only be either external or internal. So external are like praises from others, winning competitions, or simply achieving a specific physique. So it's outside of you. And then you've got internal, which can be like self-confidence, empowerment, challenging yourself, a positive effect it has on your well-being, feeling better and so on. So you've got this. Then discipline, it refers to the ability to control your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors to achieve your goals and follow the plan. Let me stress on that actually. Discipline refers to your ability to follow the plan. Even when you are tempted to skip a workout, even when you are tempted to order food in, it's when you're faced with a challenge, such as feeling tired after a long day or like having a lot on your plate. Discipline involves like staying committed to your plan despite whatever difficulties and challenges are on your way. So basically, motivation gets you started and discipline keeps you going. Now that we know and can differentiate both, let's navigate around the issues that we may encounter. First of all, motivation is bullshit. I know this is not what we learn, but it is true because just like happiness, just like sadness, just like anger, it is a feeling. You feel motivated. You don't feel disciplined. You feel motivated, So this means that just like other feelings, it comes and it goes. Someday you feel motivated. You do everything, especially for the first 2 weeks, like you start working towards your new goals. I feel like especially when you start a program, like the first 2 weeks, you really have that momentum. And then one day you wake up and you don't feel like you're doing this anymore. You don't feel like working out. Your brain is going to give you all the excuses in the world. So you don't eat healthy. So you don't leave your bed, so you don't leave your bed in the morning. So you don't get out of bed in the morning, so you don't go to bed at a decent time. You'd rather sleep in, eat junk food, and scroll on your phone until whatever. So it will get you started, as I said, but once it's fading, which is normal, like it's completely normal, motivation comes and goes, it's fine, but it's when like you have to know how to actually cultivate discipline to replace it immediately so you don't like take one step forward and then 3 backwards. But discipline mostly comes down to the power of habits, which we will talk to in the next module. I'm really excited about that one. This is one of my favorite. But in the meantime, here are a few of my tips and tricks to stay disciplined, even though sometimes I do not want to go on that run. Like when I see the weather outside, especially in the winter, I'm like, do I really have to? Can I take a rest day? Or sometimes incredibly tempted to throw my food, like especially right now that I'm on a cut. There are days when my brain is like, maybe you could, take a maintenance day. It's been 3 weeks. I don't need a maintenance day. It's been 2 weeks, it's been 10 days, it's been 1 day. I don't need a maintenance day. It's going to try to, like, your brain is going to try to convince you that you should stay into your comfort zone. Like eating enough is comfortable. Eating in a deficit isn't, it's not. So sometimes I'm tempted too, but that's when the mindset has to come into play, and that's the first tip is actually one of my strongest, having clear goals and strong whys attached to them. Like my biggest why right now is you guys. I need to lead by example. I need to show you what's possible. I need to show you how it's done, because if I just do things, well, if I just say things and then I'm not even able to do it, I don't think that'd be like a very worthy coach. um so yeah, my biggest motivation to cultivate discipline, my strongest why, is because I have people looking up to me and being like, okay, she's doing it, I can do it too. So you have to have these strong whys attached to you, like really strong in your mind, and really stay in your mind. You know, you have to be able to remind yourself of them every single time when it becomes tough. The second, again, it's one of my biggest one. It's having a reward system in place. We're going to talk about it. We talked about it. I can't remember the order, but it's going to be like its own specific chapter, because this is a great source of motivation to stay disciplined. Like I love buying myself stuff, so having a reward system like that is great. Another thing is creating a routine. So again, it's next module, but the principle of having like a consistent schedule, a consistent meal plan, minimize the likelihood of deviation. Because when you get used to doing the same thing over and over again, it soon happens on autopilot. So trust me, it maybe doesn't feel like it now. You're like, how is working out going to be like something I do on autopilot? Trust me, it will. You'll do it because you do it. That's it. You'll feel better, so you're going to want to do it. Like most times when everything becomes hectic in my life, when I everything like falls apart or feels like it, going for a run, going to the gym, eating healthy, like having the same breakfast, the same lunch. Like I eat oatmeal like almost every single day. I eat avocado toast or any type of variation, like sorry, like sandwich, like avocado toast, like in the sandwich form instead of like, you know, I eat the same thing on repeat, and I'm happy I do it. You only have that many decisions, like that much willpower per day. So if you manage to get them on autopilot, it becomes so much easier, and it's going to take less and less effort to be disciplined. Another thing you can do is use affirmation and visualization. Getting, I guess, a bit spiritual out there, but that's something I do. Like whenever I say I want to do something, and then I feel like I don't really want to do this, I tell myself, well, wait, no, pause. I am absolutely not the type of person who skips a workout. I am the type of person who is disciplined. I am like the type of person who moves her body every day, regardless of the weather, regardless of my feelings, the external variation happening. Like for example, if there is a storm out there, I'll do like a home workout. Like it matters to me to be able to move my body every day. And then, you know, so you say that, then you count down to 3. This is something I've learned in one of Mel Robbins' book. Maybe is there, well, there is a 1, 2, 3 rule from her thing, like from one of her book, and it's great. So I just visualize myself doing it. Then I count down to 3, like 1, 2, 3, and then I get up and do it. Sometimes it's tough, but if you visualize yourself doing it or actually achieving your goals, it can totally help. Another thing is staying accountable. So find like a workout buddy, an accountability. I'm struggling to say that word, but you get the idea. You read it, right? Partner, especially in this community, right? You can actually pair up with someone and be like, okay, so you are in charge of kicking my ass when I'm not doing something, and I'm gonna kick yours when you like feel like skipping a workout, for example. Ask for motivation. Ask for someone to kick your butt on the days you don't feel like working out. My brother is that partner for me. And he'll get me up in no time. Like even if it's on the phone, like because we don't live together, I'm just going to text him and be like, "Okay, I don't feel like going for a run. Like, please do your thing." And he's gonna be like military, like, "Oh my god, move your ass!" Like it's, you know, he knows how to get me up. Okay, a great thing as well is to stack your wins. Again, it kind of comes down to like having a routine. But that's a key aspect in discipline. Like when you start your day with a small win, whether it's immediately getting out of your bed when the alarm goes off, and then you know you want to chug some water, then you're going to open your windows, then you're going to go to the bathroom. That's not a win, but you get the idea. I'm kind of giving you my morning here. Then you're going to weight yourself, you know, and then you're going to make your bed, and then you're going to get ready, you do skincare, whatever it is, you know, you just stack wins after wins. Like you said you would do that, and you're starting on the right foot, you know. And when you can just stack them, as I said, like read them, journal, do your coffee, like have a coffee and so on, the more you stack them, the more confident you'll feel in your own ability to reach your goals and take the action. You know, there's the self-efficacy and Galatea effect we talked about in an earlier module. And really, this is kind of an unconscious tip, because you won't necessarily feel that like consciously. It's just something that is going to happen. You're going to be like, well, I made my bed, so I might as well read. And now I read, so I might as well go to the gym, because that's what I said I would do. And I'm doing the things, so I'm just going to keep on that. Like, I'm going to keep the ball rolling. And another thing is celebrating milestones. It's very linked to stacking your wins, but really acknowledge and celebrate your achievements and your discipline, no matter how small it may feel. And this is, again, highly linked to the reward system we will talk about soon. But you know, you can just shout it out in the community, like, oh my God, I did that this morning. I'm so proud of myself. And you're going to have a bunch of people being like, yay, congrats. You know, that's great. Everyone is cheering for one another. I'm cheering for you, so celebrate. You know, there is nothing wrong with celebrating getting out of bed, like as soon as your alarms got off, because sometimes it's difficult. Like sometimes I feel you, especially now that winter is kind of hitting. Maybe it's not when you're watching that, but you know, I get how difficult it can be to do the things you said you would do. So celebrate when you do it. Right, so practice self-control. You want to like train yourself to resist immediate gratification. Remind yourself how far you've come if you must, and that the delayed gratification of doing the things that you don't really feel like doing right now, but you know will feel good in the long run. That's like that's what you should actually focus on if you want to reach your fitness goals, and if you want to move your ass like right now, and instead of staying like after a long day at work, staying on the sofa watching Netflix, you're actually going to go for a run like you said you would, because it's going to suck right now because you're tired, but in the long run, pun not intended, it's going to be like the key to reaching your goals. And on the days when you don't feel like doing it, it's like these are the most important days to actually get up and do it. Right, so balance is key. Because one reason why you may struggle with discipline is because you're way too extreme with your strategies. Like in this program, it's nothing like that. You know it. We're already working on sustainable practices and not like overeating and then undereating and working out 3 hours per day and then not doing anything. Like, this is not our thing. But the goal here is to teach you how to enjoy the process. So, you know, so you are able to actually make this a lifestyle and keep doing this with ease, even weeks, years after the program is over. Um, if you don't feel like my rule of thumb for that is if you don't feel like you could do that for like 5, 10, 20, 30 years, then it's not something that you should do. You know, it has to be like, for example, skipping breakfast. That was like the intermittent fasting thing. If I don't feel like I absolutely am terrible at that, because I love my breakfast and I love my dinner. I cannot go to bed hungry. Like, this is intermittent fasting, not for me. Maybe for some people that's great, but for me it doesn't work. And my point here is like, I don't see myself. I can force myself to do it for a few weeks, a few days, a few weeks, I don't know. But if it's not something that I can't do for longer, then that's not worth like keeping, you know. And really, if you don't feel like you can do it, like the program or anything, like the workout plan, for example, the nutrition guidance, your goal is like your job is to talk to me so we can see where adjustment needs to be made to keep on making progress. Balance is key. I can never say it enough. And the last thing when it comes to cultivating discipline is be patient. Because there are days when you are going to be like, you're going to miss a workout. I do that too. What matters is realizing that one missed workout isn't the end of the world. It's not going to kill all your progress or whatever you may like be saying to yourself right now. The it's actually like a rest day. Like, try to see the positive in what happened, the lesson in what happened. Like, why did you miss that workout? Maybe you needed extra rest, and then that's great that you did, you know. But the point of that is actually right after that being able to get back on track. No matter, like, it doesn't matter that you missed one workout. The goal is to never miss twice. That's how I view things. It's from a book. I can't remember. Like, the Never Miss Twice is from one of the habit books I've read. I'm not sure which one. It could be Atomic Habits. It could be The Power of Habits. I think it's one or the other, but I'm not sure. And the last thing I really wanted to talk about was how to deal with failure, because sometimes you won't run as fast as you thought you would, or your weight is going to go up temporarily, which is normal. I need to make a chapter just on that, like on weight plateaus and weight gain. And just a quick explanation right now. So I've been stuck. So I'm on a cut, and I had been stuck at like 67 to 67.5 for like 10, 12, 14 days maybe. I'd been stuck. And I'll make a chapter on that because it's really good, and I have a good like image to show you as well. I knew that I was in a deficit. I was counting, I was working out. I knew I was in a deficit. The goal was to not panic. And the goal was to just stay, like, keep following the plan, to be disciplined and not say, oh my God, I'm going to undereat, or oh my God, I'm a failure. Let me just eat the whole house, you know? No. And then it was 3 days ago, I think, it went down like 66.9. And then the next day, 66.6. And then today, I think I was like 66.1. And I didn't lose 1 kilo of fat like in 3 days. But over time, it's just like, it was like there was this water retention replacing the fat. I will make an entire chapter on what happens with weight plateaus, what to do, and so on. But the goal is, failure is normal. All you have to do is learn from it, and you have to keep on doing what you had planned. No one is perfect. Sometimes you'll feel like you fail. Sometimes you're going to skip a workout, a healthy meal, eat more than you had planned. It's okay. You have to plan for these moments. And by that, I mean like knowing how to react to what you're going to feel rather, and who to go to for support, and you know how to move forward. So here is how I do it, how I deal with failure. The main thing is, there is a lesson to learn, and that means that it's not the goal that has to be changed, it's the plan. It doesn't mean that you can't reach your goal. It means that the plan needs to be different. So my process is find the lessons that it taught me. Maybe it's something I need to this is something I need to change in my plan, or maybe just life happened, and life happens, you know. See what worked, see what didn't, and see how you can make changes to the plan accordingly, and then start again, move again, get back on track as soon as you can. Right, so as the assignment, as always, check out the worksheet. You'll have a lot of journaling prompts and, templates and stuff. And one of my favorite books when it comes to that is Get Out of Your Own Way by Goulston and Goldberg. It's great. Like, I read a lot of self-development book, but this one is one of my favorite because it's really relatable. And as always, you can reach out to me on Slack, and I'll see you in the next chapter. Right, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I think you got a lot of value, a lot of journaling prompts on there as well. And again, if losing 25 plus pounds of fat in less than 6 months, without starving yourself, without spending hours on the treadmill, without saying goodbye to your favorite food, and without gaining it all back as soon as the program is over, is something that interests you, I will link down below an opportunity to book a call with me so I can see if we are a good fit to work together, because I don't work with everyone. And if you are, then you're most welcome to join my program. In the meantime, if you enjoyed it, tell me, like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.